Okay, so yeah, just a disclaimer. This is post recording me. I kind of screwed up big time. When I recorded this, I didn't notice that the microphone recording was off. So yeah, no more of that with the live commentary that you. No, who am I kidding? Anyway, yeah, sorry about that. If you've been watching so far from the first episode, thanks. I don't plan on re-recording this because my reactions won't be authentic anymore. Um, I'll be talking through this gameplay though, so yeah, I'll be talking about what's been going on, and yeah, I appreciate that you've been watching so far. You know, all one or two of you, as if right. Um, but yeah, well, no, just a little project I felt like working on. Halloween's coming up, so a horror game seemed appropriate. Yeah, if any of you plan to do this, make sure that the microphone is being recorded because that felt like such a waste. Yeah, see, you see me down there talking, but like that's not me right now. Um, hope you enjoy still. Um, I guess I'm gonna cut out a bunch of parts which were kind of tedious, and I'll be talking over them too, like I am right now. And yeah, yeah, I already started playing at this point. Yeah, I think I'll just be cutting out the things which I consider to be padding for the game. Yeah, I didn't think that they would actually put in an evil car thing while I'm in a car, so it somehow feels like Mad Max or something. And then yeah, I went into this house because there was light in it. Oh man, I still regret screwing up just now, man. But yeah, maybe the gameplay would be fun to watch still. I mean, I hope so. So maybe we could like skip this part. Yeah, so this part is kind of annoying, I would say. Because yeah, they just keep swarming you with a lot of stuff. Then again, I would consider all of the combat sequences, except maybe the last one in this episode, to be pretty annoying. Although it could be in part due to me obsessing over conserving my supplies and my stocks, ammo and all that. You know, my reluctance to use flashbangs because they're cool and they should be saved for stronger ones. And yeah, well, I suppose should go say now, right? The ending is somewhat vague. No, that's kind of subjective, I suppose. But I'm gonna link a list of the the manuscript pages rather, in the description. You can go read those. Based on see, I found this area annoying. Anyway, yeah. Um, based on what I've read in like websites and junk, the reading the page manuscripts gives you a different interpretation, or maybe enhanced interpretation of the ending. So yeah, I'm gonna link it in the description. Go ahead and read it. Now, as for the DLCs, apparently it takes place after the ending, but it doesn't really add something significant to the ending. So I probably won't be playing through those and recording them. It's enough, I think, that the 6 main episodes are here. Hope you enjoyed, yeah. Let's skip on ahead so you don't just see me repeatedly die. Okay, so there's a point where there was some driving again, which, as I said previously, felt really very much like padding to prolong the game. Yeah, I ended up getting lost because I kept going straight when I should have made a turn. So yeah, if I won't cut this video, it's gonna be longer than intended. And it's gonna be kind of boring and a bit of a slog to get through. So yeah, I'm gonna be cutting out these parts too. Anyway, the objective from here on out is always gonna be get to Cauldron Lake, right? It's like I'm just traveling from the well-lit room all the way back to Cauldron Lake to finish the plot. Both in context of the in-game story and the story that Alan here is working on. And yeah, let's skip a bit more. So I ended up at this site at some point, and yeah, the usual turning on the generators and stuff happened. And as usual, walk towards lights because they're usually there to point where you need to be going, or at least serve as a checkpoint or source of healing or something like that. Now, one of the biggest complaints I would say about this game is I know it's about light and dark and all that jazz, right? But it's a bit infuriating how it's either too dark to see or too bright to see. And considering it as it has shooter mechanics, you kinda need your sight much. And robbing you of sight in I would say any video game, it's not even a challenge. It's making something more annoying and tedious. And it's like, don't get me wrong, I did enjoy this game. Story is legit interesting, and would they call it that deep? I guess there are metaphorical stuff here and there, and it's worth playing. Yes, a good number of people recommend it for a good reason. But it's without it. How do you even English, man? But yeah, it's not without its its downsides, right? It has certain enemies which are kind of, arguably BS, or just there to waste your resources, but not exactly challenging in a fun way. The same way, say, Monster Hunter, right, and Dark Souls have challenging bosses. But yeah, sure, some people would equate annoying to challenging, right? But it's not a matter of like understanding attack patterns or finding out something's weakness in this regard, right? Because later on in the video, um, you'll see a part where a part which I found kind of annoying because of like swarming you with enemies. Oh, this one though, this one's pretty cool. I enjoy this one because for one, this bulldozer actually had something that I could exploit, right? And it's not just cheesing it because cheesing boss fights is something common in video games. I am aware of that. But for instance, with this bulldozer, right? Its main means of attack is charging at me. But if I take advantage of the fact that it kind of has poor cornering, I could exploit that so it doesn't, charge at me properly, like there, right? It missed me because it couldn't turn to reach me right away. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, it's kinda too weak and that it got destroyed just now. So it's not exactly a proper boss fight. But it's more understandable than the other BS that the game would throw at you. You know what? Let's go on to that part of the game, the recording already. Let's go through it. See, yeah, the usual mobs show up, and when that effect happens, as you could probably tell already, it normally hints at that wave of enemies being done. So it's good. That's a mechanic. No, not exactly a mechanic. That's a detail that I appreciate the developers adding. Yeah, this searchlight mechanic is kind of introduced late into the game, but I kind of appreciate it. It's pretty good. It adds some flavor to the usual point flashlight and shoot mechanics because they decide to give you an enormous flashlight, which is pretty fun. Yeah, the thing here is that you need to push that thing. Yeah. A bit weird, I guess, because this mechanic isn't used that much. So I suppose for some, they won't exactly know the right way to go at once. So yeah, I ended up pushing that other one there to keep going. An interesting sequence, I would say. It's basically jumping into the minecart. Had trouble. Oh, there. That's how I figured it out. You did get higher and jump into it. So yeah, it's a minecart sequence where I needed to ride the thing and survive until I got to the other side. So yeah, I think it's a good way of limiting a player's mobility. Although, yeah, the thing is there were the usual annoying birds. If you'll notice, during points where you're given flare guns, more often than not, there are annoying birds along the way. So at some point, you'd actually get worried after getting flare gun ammo or something like that. Now, I went up here to check out maybe there's something before the checkpoint. And all I got was that. All I got were those birds. So I decided to go down like the wuss I am. And get to this checkpoint. Now, you'll notice that there's another ladder here, which is just a continuation of the other one. So I don't see the point of that first one, because it's just like, hey, if you want to keep going, being chased by the birds without going through the checkpoint, then you could take that route. I'm not sure why you'd do that, unless maybe it's linked to a an achievement or something. See, considering birds just keep going, I don't see the point of skipping this checkpoint. Which is also an efficient way of getting rid of those birds. Yeah, anyway, I just ended up looking around, but in the end, just kept going. Man, I'm still so salty that of all the times to forget turning on the microphone recording. It's in the last episode, but well, considering it's the ending, at least you could focus more on the plot. So this section here is one I found really annoying. Yeah, I know I've been whining a lot, and my original recording I was actually whining a lot too. But yeah, it's would have been nice to have stayed, to have kept my my voice recording for this. But oh well, what can you do, right? Hope you're enjoying this though. See, there's the thing. If you'll notice, considering how shadowy it is, Plus the fact that this thing moves really fast. It's a bit uh you know, it's not exactly challenging. It's it's just infuriating in that regard. It's like, hey, let's take the player's ability to see their enemies in a game where you need to shoot them, right? And these keep coming one after the other. And a lot of times, when you're focusing on those fast things, there'll be someone behind you that will just do you in, or maybe three. So they could do a combo on you that instantly that stun locks you to death, which I consider to be really cheap. And you know, in general, good game design needs to be challenging but fair. And here you have that happening, right? A lot of that happened. It's probably boring to see it repeatedly without any live commentary. So I'm just gonna skip through this section, okay? Yeah, sorry about that. I know, have you ever noticed how much of a simp the Lady of the Light is? It's like, yeah, I mean, she seems really obsessed with Thomas Zane. She even admits to probably being used by him. And she just keeps at it. And yeah, this is a sequence I actually like. Because there was a degree of strategy to it. In which I can just turtle in this area. While waiting for, yeah, for that to happen. And then I could shoot them in the face with a flare gun. Because of the fact that my back's to a wall, right? So nothing could attack me from behind. In that regard, is fair. Unlike the sequence a while ago, in the forest where everything around me is open, and the fact that it's incredibly dark. So this was good. I don't know if that was intentional though.
Turn back now.
Yeah, at this point I was really thankful for all those flare guns and flare gun ammo I've been given. Because they're super useful.
Do as you're told. Alice never loved you.
So yeah, that thing hits hard. You see, that thing proves that it hits hard. So you can see right now that yeah, you can see right now that the objective is to destroy the tornado. And yeah, it's not gonna have the same effect now, but when I was recording this, I mentioned how it's about the stereotypical gun nut You know, from I guess the stereotype is from America, right? It's like, hey, how do you keep a tornado at bay? By shooting it with guns. And yeah, it's and yeah, it actually took me a while to figure out that I needed to get closer to be able to shoot it properly, and not necessarily shoot at the junk flying around.
Into its heart to hurt it.
There, Alan here needed to point it out because I suck. Yeah, so I was doing that and doesn't seem to be doing much. And I noticed this other platform. So I had to go up there and see. That feedback shows that it works.
You're making this up.
And that's the last boss of the game. If you could call it a boss. Plot stuff follows. So yeah, go watch this. I might not talk over this to have a more cinematic effect, maybe.
Just another nightmare.
No.
Everything's fine. You're home.
It wasn't a dream.
Everything's fine.
Turn the lights on. Turn the lights on!
Shh, baby. The power's out. There's no light. Come back to bed and I'll make you forget all about your fear of the dark.
My fear? It's your fear. Why aren't you afraid? You're not Alice. Turn the lights on now. Where's the clicker? What did you do with it?
Alan, honey, you're still 1 foot in a dream. You're not making any sense. Come back to bed. Alan, you're scaring me now. Come back to bed. Have you taken your pills? Do you want me to call Dr. Hartman? I read your manuscript. It's brilliant. Departure is your best work yet. You're a genius. I'm so proud of you. Come back to bed. We'll talk more about it in the morning. Come back to bed, Alan.
Come back to bed, Tom.
And here comes the dude from BioShock.
You must find your way
It won't let you pass. It has no heart. It's filled with darkness. You must fill its heart with light.
Yeah, you need to, Sora.
Don't mind him. He's Mr. Swift. Your friends will meet him when you're gone.
Huh.
Use the clicker.
Is that saying that Mr. Scratch is gonna be your replacement? Anyway, yeah, in this sequence, anything I shine the flashlight on, any word that I shine the flashlight on, starts to manifest. So at first I was worried about shining it on Bird because I thought gonna make birds that attack me. But as it turns out, it doesn't. It's just a cool little sequence. But yeah, you saw how it works. I probably don't need to keep going with showing it.
I'm leaving you.
What?
I'm leaving you, Alan. I met someone. I'm in love with someone else.
Alice? No, what are you saying? You can't...
You don't love me. How could you? You don't even love yourself. All you do is torture yourself with work you can't do anymore.
No, I love you more than anything in the world. You're my muse.
I'm not.
Who are you? What have you done with my Alice?
Alan? What are you doing? Put the light back on. What are you doing, Alan? Stop! Put the light back on!
It wasn't true. Nothing like that had ever happened. You're not my Barbara.
Tom, let me go. I promise to be good. Please, untie me, you naughty boy. I will help you write your masterpiece. I will love you forever.
No, you're not Barbara Jagger. I made a terrible mistake. I should have never written you back. You came back wrong. Your heart is filled with darkness.
Put that knife away, Thomas. Put it down.
Yeah, you need a keyblade.
Cut it out. Take you back to the dancing pavement. Filled with darkness.
Get away from me, you hag! Where am I? Let me go!
Alice! Alice! I'm coming!
Your husband refused to do as he was told. All he had to do was write.
Now you will never get her back. I am much older than you.
Yeah, you look like it.
Older than your first work of art.
We got you the first time.
I will find a new face to wear. Someone else to dream me free.
Hugs solve everything, right? See what I mean? Yeah.
I could feel Alice's presence close by. I understood what I had to do now. I knew how to write the ending to Departure. There's light and there's darkness. Cause and effect. There's guilt and there's atonement. But the scales always need to balance. Everything has a price. That's where Zane had gone wrong. There's a long journey through the night back into the light.
Alice? Alice? Oh no!
Alan? Alan?
That's ominous.
It's not a lake. It's an ocean.
Alan, wake up.
So there, that's the ending. I think I've said all I needed to say a while ago. Thanks again for watching so far. It's a fun game. I like it. I wouldn't recommend it for the combat though. The story is pretty good in context of being a horror game. It's okay. I didn't particularly find it scary. Uh, yeah, let's skip through this part because kind of hard to talk through the music. All right. So yeah. Hope you had fun. And again, thanks for watching. It's probably gonna be a one-time thing. I doubt I'd have time to record anything like this again. Maybe. Feel free to subscribe if you think that at some point I'm gonna upload something again and you feel like watching it. Yeah, sure. I'm not gonna stop you. And I do appreciate it, really. Yeah, not see you in the next video. Maybe, maybe not. Either way, take care, everyone.